Alrighty. The Laramie Project. Let's see here. Question number 1. What did you notice? Well, I thought it was really interesting. Not we could see the episodic structure of the play, but we could also see the like I felt like the play was telling a story of people telling the story of what happened in Laramie, Wyoming. That was crazy. I'd obviously never seen a play like that before, so that really caught my eye because that was such an interesting way to set up a story that was such as powerful as this one. Number 2, what values are being represented? Well, we can clearly see some homophobia in this community when the residents who practice conservative religions, when they're, at the beginning talking, when the people are being interviewed, there's a lot of like disgust or disapproval of gay culture, I guess. And also when Reverend Fred Phelps protests the funeral, that's another example of homophobia in the play. There's also a lot of confusion or like conflicted beliefs, I guess, among the people in Laramie. When they're all talking about the death penalty for Aaron's trial, there's a lot of like mixed feelings about that. As well as like after the vigils for Matthew, when all the people are talking about their beliefs and what their opinions and their views on gay people. Question number 3, it was something I didn't really understand. I didn't understand why Kaufman decided to set up the story this way, so I did a little bit of research, and he said that the idea that a company of theater artists could go somewhere, talk to people, and return with what they saw and heard interested me deeply. So that was kind of cool to find that out. I just wanted to learn a little bit more about why he really set the play up this way instead of just telling the story and having people step into those roles, Question 4, how is Laramie depicted? Laramie is seen as a mixture of emotions, I said. In the town, there's a lot of conflicted opinions, conflicted feelings, so I said that Laramie was a whole bunch of different emotions, not really, just a lot of different emotions. Is there a difference between acceptance and tolerance? There is not a difference. There's both in Laramie. They're not really one way or the other, The Tectonic Theater Project wanted us to think about how we feel about these issues and wants us to develop our own concrete opinions, I said. That's what they're trying to get us to think about as we walk away from this. And I also don't feel like that could ever happen in a city like Columbus because I just don't think there's enough controversy over the idea of being gay. I feel like it's a lot more open, a lot more people are accepting of that here in Columbus than they are in Laramie. 3 examples of elements in the Laramie Project that set it apart from Intimate Apparel. The very beginning, when the members of the Tectonic Theater are talking about their personal lives, instead of what they are doing to portray, they're not like portraying characters, they're talking about how Moise Kaufman asked them to join him in Laramie. It makes the show seem a lot more personal when they did that, instead of them trying to be characters. They're not trying to be Matthew or Aaron or anybody. There's also interviews throughout the entire play, which makes it, again, seem a lot more personal. It makes you really feel like you're there in the town and the community of Laramie instead of just a bystander. There's also a lot of different characters. In Intimate Apparel, there was really only 3 or 4 main people. But in this show, we hear from everybody. Nobody really steps up as the focus. I mean, obviously it's about Matthew and Aaron and Russell, but there's a lot of different voices that we hear from in this play. And question 6 are the questions that I have here. Some things I was wondering, did you like the episodic structure in the Laramie Project, or were you more a fan of the climactic structure in Intimate Apparel, and why? And the last question, why do you think Aaron and Russell killed Matthew? I mean, I know he said it was because he was hitting on him, but it doesn't really line up. I was wondering if there was something else maybe that you thought went down, something else, a better reason. So that's all I got. If you made it this far, well, that's awesome. Yay.